The Guantanamo Bay Detention Camp is a United States military prison located within Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, also referred to as Guantanamo, GTMO, and Gitmo, which is on the coast of Guantanamo Bay in Cuba. As of January 2021, 731 of the 780 people detained were transferred. 40 remain and 9 died while in custody. The camp was established by U.S. President George W. Bush's administration in 2002 during the War on Terror following the September 11, 2001 attacks. Indefinite detention without trial and torture led the operations of this camp to be considered a major breach of human rights by Amnesty International and a violation of Due Process Clause of the 5th and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution. Bush's successor, U.S. President Barack Obama, promised that he would close the camp, but met strong bipartisan opposition from the U.S. Congress, which passed laws to prohibit detainees from Guantanamo being imprisoned in the U.S. during President Obama's administration. The number of inmates was reduced from about 245 to 41. In January 2018, U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order to keep the detention camp open indefinitely. In May 2018, the first prisoner was transferred during Trump's term. 40 detainees remain at Guantanamo Bay. In early February 2021, the Biden administration declared its intention to shut down the facility. At the time of its establishment in January 2002, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld said the detention camp was established to detain extraordinarily dangerous people, to interrogate detainees in an optimal setting, and to prosecute detainees for war crimes. In practice, the site has long been used for enemy combatants. The Department of Defense at first kept secret the identity of the individuals held in Guantanamo. But, after losing attempts to defy a Freedom of Information Act request from the Associated Press, the U.S. military officially acknowledged holding 779 prisoners in the camp. The facility is operated by the Joint Task Force Guantanamo of the United States government in Guantanamo Bay Naval Base. Detention areas consisted of Camp Delta including Camp Echo, Camp Iguana, and Camp Tenere, which is now closed. After Bush political appointees at the U.S. Office of Legal Counsel, Department of Justice advised the Bush administration that the Guantanamo Bay detention camp could be considered outside U.S. legal jurisdiction. Military guards took the first 20 detainees to Camp Tenere on the 11th of January 2002. The Bush administration asserted that detainees were not entitled to any of the protections of the Geneva Conventions, while also claiming it was treating all detainees consistently with the principles of the Geneva Convention. Ensuing U.S. Supreme Court decisions since 2004 have determined otherwise, in that U.S. courts do have jurisdiction. It ruled in Hamdan v. Rumsfeld on 29 June 2006. That detainees were entitled to the minimal protections listed under Common Article 3 of the Geneva Conventions. Following this, on 7 July 2006, the Department of Defense issued an internal memo stating that detainees would, in the future, be entitled to protection under Common Article 3. Current and former detainees have reported abuse and torture, which the Bush administration denied. In a 2005 Amnesty International report, the facility was called the Gulag of Our Times. In 2006, the United Nations unsuccessfully demanded that Guantanamo Bay detention camp be closed. On 13 January 2009, Susan J. Crawford, appointed by Bush to review DOD practices used at Guantanamo Bay and oversee the military trials, became the first Bush administration official to concede that torture occurred at Guantanamo Bay on one detainee, saying, "We tortured Katni." On the 22nd of January 2009, President Obama issued a request to suspend proceedings at Guantanamo Military Commission for 120 days and to shut down the detention facility that year. On the 29th of January 2009, a military judge at Guantanamo rejected the White House request in the case of Abdul Rahim al-Nashiri, creating an unexpected challenge for the administration as it reviewed how the United States brings Guantanamo detainees to trial. On the 20th of May 2009, the United States Senate passed an amendment to the Supplemental Appropriations Act of 2009 by a 90-6 vote to block funds needed for the transfer or release of prisoners held at the Guantanamo Bay detention camp. President Obama issued a presidential memorandum dated 15 December 2009, ordering Thompson Correctional Center, Thompson, Illinois to be prepared to accept transferred Guantanamo prisoners. The final report of the Guantanamo Review Task Force, dated the 22nd of January 2010, published the results for the 240 detainees subject to the review. 36 were the subject of active cases or investigations. 30 detainees from Yemen were designated for conditional detention due to the poor security environment in Yemen. 126 detainees were approved for transfer. 48 detainees were determined to